Imagine a battlefield where tanks materialize from thin air, the rumble of approaching troops echoes through the night, and entire armies seem to vanish without a trace. This wasn't a scene from a fantasy novel, but the ingenious work of the Ghost Army, a top-secret unit in World War II. These masters of deception used inflatable tanks, sound effects, and sheer creativity to fool the enemy, saving countless lives and altering the course of the war. The Ghost Army's story reads like fiction, a testament to the power of imagination and the audacity of those who dared to fight a different kind of war. Their illusions were their weapons, and their battlefields were the minds of their enemies. This is the story of how a band of artists, sound engineers, and creative minds turned trickery into an art form and left an indelible mark on military history. The legacy of the Ghost Army is a testament to the fact that victory in war isn't always achieved through brute force. Sometimes the most potent weapon is the one that plays tricks on the mind, leaving the enemy grasping at shadows and questioning their every move. The Ghost Army was the brainchild of Colonel Billy Harris, and other innovative thinkers in the American military. They understood that deception could be a powerful tool in warfare, diverting enemy troops and resources away from real threats. Thus, in 1944, the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops was born, a unit unlike any other. The Army sought out a unique breed of soldier for this unconventional unit. Artists, architects, sound engineers, radio operators, and even Hollywood set designers were recruited. These men weren't chosen for their brawn, but for their brains and their ability to create illusions that could fool even the most seasoned enemy. These soldiers trained rigorously, mastering the art of camouflage, sound effects, and radio trickery. They learned to mimic the sounds of real Army units on the move, from the rumble of tank tracks to the chatter of radio operators. They could inflate rubber tanks and artillery pieces in minutes, creating the illusion of a much larger and better equipped force than they actually were. The Ghost Army's arsenal wasn't filled with conventional weapons. Instead, they relied on an arsenal of trickery and illusion. Inflatable tanks, jeeps, and artillery pieces, designed to fool enemy reconnaissance from a distance, were key to their strategy. These dummies, often made of rubberized fabric, could be inflated within minutes, creating the impression of a formidable force. Sound played a vital role in their deception. The unit employed powerful speakers mounted on trucks, broadcasting pre-recorded sounds of real military units. The rumbling of tanks, the clatter of armored vehicles, and the chatter of soldiers, all meticulously crafted to deceive enemy ears, echoed across the battlefields. But their deception went beyond mere props and sound effects. They used phony radio traffic, creating fake units and movements, further confusing enemy intelligence. They even fabricated insignia, patches, and unit designations, all to weave a convincing tapestry of illusion that kept the enemy guessing. One of the Ghost Army's most notable contributions came during the critical days leading up to D-Day. As part of Operation Fortitude, a grand deception plan designed to mislead the Germans about the location of the Allied invasion, the Ghost Army played a crucial role in diverting enemy attention away from the real landing beaches of Normandy. The unit deployed near Dover, England, simulating the presence of a massive army poised to invade at Pas-de-Calais, the shortest distance between England and France. They used inflatable tanks, dummy landing craft, and a constant din of fake radio chatter to convince German intelligence that a major invasion force was about to strike there. The deception worked flawlessly. The Germans, convinced that Pas-de-Calais was the primary target, diverted significant troops and resources to defend against the Phantom Army. This misdirection created a crucial advantage for the real Allied landings at Normandy, contributing to the success of the D-Day invasion. The Ghost Army's exploits weren't limited to the beaches of Normandy. They continued to operate throughout the European theater, deploying their unique brand of deception in numerous operations. One such instance took place near the Rhine River in 1945. Tasked with covering the movement of real Allied units across the river, the Ghost Army once again relied on their ingenuity. With limited resources, they created the illusion of a much larger force preparing to cross the river at a specific location. They used their signature inflatable tanks and artillery pieces, combined with amplified sound effects of heavy machinery and troop movements. To further the ruse, they even staged fake construction projects, making it seem like they were building bridges and fortifications. The Germans, fooled by the ruse, concentrated their forces at the wrong location, allowing the real Allied units to cross the Rhine with minimal resistance. The men of the Ghost Army were more than just soldiers. They were artists, designers, and storytellers in uniform. Many of them went on to have successful careers in the arts after the war. Among them were renowned fashion designer Bill Blass, famed photographer Art Kane, and celebrated minimalist sculptor Ellsworth Kelly. Their wartime experiences had a profound impact on their artistic sensibilities. The need for camouflage and deception, the use of visual language to manipulate perception, and the constant interplay between reality and illusion found their way into their post-war work, often in subtle but powerful ways. For decades, the Ghost Army story remained classified, their contributions to the war effort largely unknown to the public. However, in recent years, their story has come to light, thanks to the efforts of historians, filmmakers, and the veterans themselves, who finally felt free to share their experiences. The Ghost Army's story remained largely hidden from public view for decades after the war. The secrecy surrounding their missions, considered vital to protect their unconventional tactics, meant that their contributions to the war effort remained unknown to most. However, the declassification of their operations in the 1990s finally allowed their story to be told. Historians and filmmakers recognized the significance of their contribution, and veterans finally had the opportunity to share their experiences, bringing to light the ingenuity and bravery of this unique unit. The Ghost Army's legacy extends beyond their wartime exploits. Their story serves as a testament to the power of creativity and innovation in the face of adversity. They demonstrated that victory in war can be achieved not only through brute force but also through cunning, deception, and the courage to think outside the box. The Ghost Army's legacy continues to inspire, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit armed with imagination and determination can prevail.